Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
It's the After the Show podcast, precious.
We don't care, we're about to swear on the air. It's the After the Show, so tune in if you dare. KVJ, get risque every single day. It's uncensored. We can say what we want to say.
Yeah, here we go. Welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast for Tuesday. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Got an interesting thought on what we were talking about yesterday from the show about Christian Wilkins, Dolphins player. Said he's coming in Friday.
Oh, that's right. Dolphins
9
party
a.m.
on Friday.
Kristen said, I really do hope that he does come in to see you guys on Friday, but you do realize what Friday is, right?
April Fool's Day.
You motherfuckers. You gotta be shitting me. We got had again. You've got to be shitting me. Oh my God. And we're just fucking finding this out live on the air. I love it. Man, we are not good.
Damn it. Once again, catfished.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Can we still have a party? Can we still dance, baby?
We're still going to have a Dolphins party, because what if he does come?
Yeah, I know. What's to say? I mean, yeah, it is April Fool's Day, and to me, that just adds a little bit more to the mystery.
Well, what if he doesn't even realize it's April Fool's Day?
I can see it in Kevin's face. He knows we're not getting. It's not happening. He knows, but baby, we can still get a party.
I'm still all in. I'm still all in on this.
You think this is real still?
I think that this does add, when you have that realization, okay, this is a real risk because we're asking if we're about to get catfished by somebody claiming to be a Dolphins player and it's on April Fool's. I agree. When you say it all out loud, it seems like it appears to be pretty obvious that this is not legit.
Everyone but us.
You're not taking away this party.
Yeah.
This catfisher's not taking away our party.
Well, what happens if he does show up and it just happens to be a coincidence that it's April 1st?
Virginia, this is me telling you we have to start reeling it in. We have to start Let's start celebrating the party.
I can't lose hope in humans.
Okay, well, my question is does nothing show up on Friday at 9 a.m.? Does Christian Wilkins from the Dolphins show up, or do we have somebody that is like, hey, my name's Chris Wilkins?
No, I know this goes. You are left with crickets waiting at the door for the limo to pick you up for prom, and that limo is not coming. You don't get a fun replacement catfisher because they know. They get off.
So you think it's all or nothing?
They get off on watching the reaction and hearing it in the cloak of night. They love it. Yeah.
I'm still getting the food. I'm still getting the Dolphins gear and decorations.
Yeah.
Because what if he does come?
You've got to be ready for this. We can't be like, oh, man, we really thought you were messing with us. You'd be like, oh, well,
And
I mean,
the more we prepare, the greater the disappointment will be and the sadness on Friday.
I'm changing my perspective. I'm going all in on the party.
okay.
And then if Dolphins come,
we're having a Dolphins party on Friday.
Yes.
Because, you know what, they should be celebrated because they've had a really great offseason. I'm very excited about what is going on with it. And you know what was really cool yesterday is they're doing the meetings, the NFL meetings are going on at the Breakers on Palm Beach.
Fancy.
And, Adam Schefter, one of the big NFL correspondents with ESPN, he put out a photo. You know that big old fountain right out front?
Sure.
They had almost every single NFL coach standing in front of that yesterday for a photo, and I was just like, oh my gosh, he's there. And I kept trying to convince the family, like, we should just drop into the Breakers and just kind of walk through and see if we run into somebody.
Well, that's the great thing about being there at the same time as celebrities. If it's a big group like that, you will run into somebody.
Yeah, no, you will.
It's unavoidable.
No doubt. So nobody was in, so we didn't do it.
You know what? I'm making a small little adjustment with the perspective here. I'm all in on Friday just to celebrate. And if some extra shit happens, woohoo!
I'm still going in. I'm saying I think it is 70% chance that the real Christian Wilkins is showing up.
See, this is different than my Wheel of Fortune catfish because I got to the end of that tunnel and it was nothing but fucking just fucked. Heartache, nothing. Me and Denny's left with our puds in our hand going.
Crying behind a Walmart in Royal Palm.
It was nothing. Now we get catfish. We're in it together. We're laughing. We've got snacks. I'm doing left turkeys. We're just having a great time.
Now, there's a couple of reasons why I still think that this is legit. One, this all happened. The correspondence has been going on for several weeks, if not a month or so.
Okay.
And it all happened because I did a rant about the Dolphins when, everything started to kind of go to crap after they fired their coach and, they were at the point where it looked like they were going to take a player that I thought was unsavory that the Browns picked up that I didn't think was a good call.
So, this didn't start as him coming in studio.
No, right.
This was just him popping off at you popping off.
Right. He was like, hey, he's like, I don't mean to... I love you guys. He's like, but you're going off on my team. I'm like, look, I get it. Dolphins fans, should be ranting today. And he's like, no, I'm not a Dolphins fan. I'm a Dolphins player. And that's how that all went down. So the Brian Flores thing, if he was looking that far in advance saying, I'm going to punk KVJ on April Fool's Day, and I'm going to start in February. More power to you, or January,
pumpkins.
Whatever it was.
Y'all don't get how the fuck catfishing works. The longer it goes, the more likely it is a catfish, and the longer it goes gives you more opportunities to make your narrative or your ending whatever you want it to be. Yeah, 3 weeks ago he wouldn't have said anything about coming in, but it's turned into this, I'm a Dolphins player. I think we got catfish.
No, he said that pretty much right away. He came right out, and he that was what he'd said within like the first line, because I had misunderstood him. He said, don't go off on my Dolphins. I'm like, well, I get it, but there are a lot of fans that are upset today. And he's like, I'm not a fan. I'm a player.
This is one of those bits.
He wasn't showboating.
No, but
right.
Y'all, that's what catfishers do. They let you in a little bit, and then they give you a little bit more to paint like it's real. That's how you get catfished. Oh yeah,
and it was on Monday that he had said, "Hey, I'm going to come in." Last week he'd said, "I'm going to come in one day next week," and then on Monday he's like, "Things will work out with my schedule best to make it on Friday."
Why don't you ask him this? Hey man, real quick, send us a picture with 3 fingers covering your face. We'll know it's you.
I thought about doing that, but honestly, it takes away the fun for me.
I'm with you. This is everyone's getting the chat room's kind of saying the same. This is catfish foreplay.
Yeah.
We're all dry humping. We're getting real
right.
horny.
And I thought about that because I'm like, I could just be like, hey man, I don't buy it. And look, I'm not going to put a lot of time into this if you're messing with me. So just either send me like the photo like that with the 3 fingers up, or FaceTime me real quick just so I can see that it's legitimately you. But I was like, no, that takes away all the fun.
That ruins
right.
opening the present on Christmas morning.
It does. And this
He's
is
the
it.
present.
This is it, because either you believe or you don't believe.
I believe.
And I believe. And I'm holding out hope for that sometime, by the time at least we do the podcast on Friday, Christian Wilkins from the Dolphins is going to be in here, and he's going to be like, oh my gosh, you guys, what a great warm welcome, and it looks awesome,
We're
and
gonna have a big old case of blue balls just ready to party. Am I right? Well, with all this foreplay is what I mean. This is all foreplay. We're dry humping, and we can't. Well, never mind. It's going to get too graphic and gross.
We're not going to hump Christian Wilkins.
This is all metaphors.
Now he's not going to come. You think we're going to fuck him?
Sometimes you don't get me, dog.
So yeah, we'll see. But thank you very much for pointing that. You're right. That would be kind of silly if we get catfished really hard on April Fool's Day.
We just got catfished by fucking High Pitch Eric. In a sense, we kind of did. If none of that story was true with High Pitch Eric,
I don't know. Somebody else told me they heard it on Stern. A guy that does not even listen to our show. The guy who fixes my jet ski. He's a Stern fan. Uh-huh. And when he found out I did a radio show months and months and months ago, he was so unimpressed. And he was like, okay. But he texted me the other day. He's like, Stern was just talking about you on their show on Monday. And I was like, really? I know he doesn't listen to this show, but I know he listens to Stern.
No, what I'm saying is, I think he mentioned it, but what I'm getting from people is that High Pitch Eric didn't tell what happened. Wasn't true. what happened with Eric did not really
Him
happen.
talking about his experiences with the Cum Queen, he made all that up.
He just came in here and told us stories. None of that really happened. And then he's saving the real stuff for Stern. That's what I was told. So that's my question. Did Eric come in here and give us all bullshit from his mind, or was there really a bit going on?
I don't. You know, the thing that's odd if that's what he did do, because I didn't even hit him up about that. I'm
He's
just like,
not that like creative and
Well,
like I don't think
well,
he would
and I
like
wouldn't
go
even
on-
ask him.
People are emailing me telling me that
Yeah.
is what happened, that are Stern fans
Yeah.
saying Eric played you all. Everything he told you is not true. He's saving it all for Stern. He just wanted to get on the air. That's what I'm getting from
It was just
Stern
odd
fans.
because I never was bringing him on for that. He was just stopping by. Like, you know, I have radio friends that stop by through town. And I was like, just come on in. I'm like, okay, so why are you here? And then, you know, just asked him about it and didn't even know it was a Stern bit, honestly. I thought that it was something they already did on their show and didn't really care. I'm like, all right, well, just tell me about it. And some of it was fascinating. So,
Yeah, I'm just going on what people are saying. I don't know if
If he
that's
made
true,
it up,
Virginia, but so
yeah.
many people are going, you guys got played.
yeah,
You
if I
got
found out
played.
he did, I'd be like, you know, why did you do that? Like, I don't give a shit.
Well, you were friends with Eric before he was on with Stern.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of weird, but you know,
Yeah.
I guess I don't care that much because
Right.
it was a great story. If he made it up, I was
He's a good
definitely
storyteller.
fascinated by it.
Yeah.
He had pictures of the Cum Queen. Are those fake?
I'm asking
Yeah.
questions because people are
He
sending
was
me
on a
shit.
date with some hooker. I assume that it happened, and she looked real to me. But
Maybe he played it all up, stuff that didn't really happen. I don't know.
I would just like to know.
Wouldn't be the first time somebody's lied about getting action they didn't get.
Am I crazy to be over here asking? I just want to know what really happened. I mean,
No.
the audience wants to know. I want to know.
there's got to be an answer.
Yeah, I just want. I mean, it's a pretty easy answer, and I would like to know the truth.
You want me to ask
Well-
my jet ski guy? Because he heard it.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can find out what he said.
He
What
heard
said
it
in the
on
story.
Stern.
Yeah, I just
Was
like to-
Stern making fun of us for being catfished by Eric, or was Stern saying that, you know, Eric told his story here as well?
Well, if Eric was really in trouble with Howard for telling us the story, and like I said, I wasn't trying to steal the bit. I just why would he even tell the dang story in the first place? That maybe he could have screwed up and realized. I mean, he's got a great thing with Howard. Like, don't screw that up, dude. Like, I just want to say hey to you and say what's up while you're rolling through town. I don't need to have your Cum Queen story.
Yeah,
And maybe he just realized he screwed up, and that was the way he spun it. I don't know.
I'm cool if he comes in here and tells a story. Like Kevin said, none of us knew he was stealing a bit. I wouldn't personally like it if someone's coming in here to hijack the show and tell us fake shit, and then there's all this confusion, and I'm getting emails
Yeah,
from people.
right.
That I don't think is cool. Now, I hope that's not what happened.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if
I
that,
just don't think Eric is a mastermind on that level, but maybe I'm wrong.
knows?
I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know either. That's why I'm asking the question.
People are now thinking Eric's going to show up on Friday dressed as Christian Wilkins.
There's a lot. I play for the Dolphins.
Gotcha.
I'm a big.
I got you, Cal. I got you, Cal.
Wouldn't that be some shit though? If
That
it
would
was
be some
high pitch
shit.
air in a
I'd
Dolphins
be like,
outfit.
you got me, Eric.
Now,
You got me, Eric.
I'm
That'd be
all right,
impressive.
That's at least a big fucking plan.
I'd
There's
absolute my boy. I'd be like, all right, that was pretty good, man.
All right, but now you can go.
Yeah.
You don't get none of the Dolphin snacks.
Yeah, that's right.
You don't get any of the Christian Wilkinson's
Put that damn cake
catering.
down, Eric. Put the cake down. You son of a bitch. Might be it. So, who knows?
Why am I always so confused?
You know what?
I always feel like I just got off the merry-go-round.
It is the world. Everything is so damn confusing. And I don't know if I'm getting into an age of confusion.
This is the edge
where
of confusion.
it's my physical body, or we're just living in the
Spin
land
you
of
around.
confusion. Hey, I mean, Genesis did a song back in the day, Land of Confusion, and I feel like it's only getting crazier because you're right. I don't understand any story anymore. I really don't. I don't know what's right, what's wrong. It's really messed up.
I hear you, man. I always talk about going to live out in the woods.
As soon as you see something obvious like Will Smith slapping the shit out of Chris Rock, you're like, no, it's fake. You're like, what? Okay.
And then it's not only people. like, it's fake, you dumb fuck, stupid fucking ass. I'm like, all right, I just thought it was fake.
I don't think it's fake.
I actually think it's real.
I think it's real too. I think Will Smith has lost his mind.
Well, it would be the shittiest strategy.
Yeah.
Let me turn off a quarter or half of my fans.
Let me make everybody mad at me and think I'm a bully and a bad guy when I'm up here talking about love, and then I'm crying on stage talking about love. I think he had a meltdown.
Yeah, I really think that was real.
Yeah. Who knows? Well, people were saying if it was, why is he screaming at expletives from the crowd? And I saw the one thing my son Cannon kept going on too, because I had that thought too. I was like, wasn't Will Smith once upon a time famous for doing rap music that had no profanity in it? And here he is on a big stage screaming out the F-bomb.
I think people change over time.
Yeah, remember Eminem even had that song.
Yeah.
We all done have to. And he's like, well, fuck you too.
Well,
you know, remember that?
Yeah.
I mean, Fresh Prince
Without me
is different too, than Will Smith, the man.
No, but his rap songs. That was in Eminem even. And Without Me, Eminem talked about that because they're like, going, why do you have to swear? Will Smith doesn't swear in his songs. And he's like, well, F him and F you too. It's basically what he had there in the old lyrics. So
everything's just confusing. That's all. Everything gets me going like, huh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
There's always side motives. So you never know. Oh, this is kind of interesting too. And I guess if you think about it this way, it's very possible. There's a guy that has worked in the tech industry with Google and Yelp. And he was saying there's been some side motives to all the perks that they always get. You're going, gosh, it's really awesome. When you work at Google, you get this, and that. And he broke it down and said, yeah, they're not really doing that for us. They're doing that for them. His name is Ken Wax, and he's got this TikTok video, and he said the true purpose of the free office perks is to make people work more for less. You'll get free meals, coffee, transportation, dog-friendly offices. It's all designed to keep employees in the office for as long as possible. He said at Google, for instance, you get 3 meals a day for free, but dinner would start at 6:30. So you had to stay late to work to get the free food.
Wow.
And he said the free shuttles will start at 6 a.m. and go all the way till 10 p. And they had free Wi-Fi so you could work while you shuttle. And he said the whole bringing your dog to work is awesome, but it really kind of takes away your last excuse why you need to leave the office to go home. A lot of people be like going, I got to let my dog out. Well, no, not if your dog's there with you.
Your dog's in the hall.
Right.
You're good. Stay here and work harder.
And he said he always kind of like never really thought about it, but then when he went to go work for Yelp, he asked his director, he said, so why don't I earn commission until after I make $12,000 of sales each month? And he said, that's when his director said, look, that's when we break even on you for the office snacks and perks that we give you, is the $12,000. He said, well, how about you just pay me better and remove the perks? And the guy's like, yeah, that's not how it works. So he was like, yeah, man, when that light went off, that's why we get all the perks. And so we stay here and work. And I have heard that a lot of those.
So what
tech
happens
places,
what if you work in a place that gets no perks and you're underpaid?
Yeah, then you're just a shit ass job. And some people are on TikTok, and that's what they were saying. They're saying, I know you feel like you've been taken advantage of, but you still work in an industry and a job where you make pretty good coin. I know you got to work your ass off, but there are a lot of people that are still doing worse than you and would love to have free office perks just to stay longer.
Yeah.
Because you're right. I work longer and I don't get perks. Yeah. So
What's the last perk you've gotten?
Last perk?
Yeah. Because everyone always asks me, you must get great radio perks. I'm like,
well, on Sunday, our group got into Pride Fest for free. We didn't have to pay because we were with the radio station. That's a perk.
was Pride Fest
A ticketed event?
the parade was?
Not the parade, but the event on Bryant Park.
Okay.
That's pretty cool. Anything you get in for free where everybody else has to have a ticket, I think that's cool.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, yeah, you answered my question. I don't know why I wasn't trying to put you on the stand. I was just asking a fucking question.
Well, I feel like you're coming for me.
What are you talking about? Give me that side eye.
April said one thing I hadn't really heard you guys say yet is that, maybe the reason for all the jokes is there's still a lot going on with how Jada Pinkett had that affair with the R&B singer August Alsina. That was the one where she called it the entanglement in front of Will, and In her email, she says it will look like he was on the brink of tears while he's sitting there having to hear Jada talk about that, how they, in a sense, have an open relationship. And so, additionally, a joke about Jada was said at the SAG Awards, too, and Regina Hall made a crack at the Oscars as well. Then back in 2016, Jada asked Chris Rock to not host the Oscars because Will wasn't nominated. He, of course, kept the job and made a joke about Jada not even being invited herself. And I think that's what we'd reference the day after. Yeah.
That was the joke that he made about, it's like me and Rihanna's panties. I wasn't invited.
So wait, so she wanted him not to do it because Will Smith
didn't get nominated.
He didn't get nominated.
That was that year, hashtag Oscars so white.
Okay, yeah.
And a lot of people were like, no, let's just boycott the Oscars because they didn't nominate enough people of color.
Yeah.
But I don't think it really took off, but she might have been one of the ones spearheading it. And if she asked Chris Rock to not do it, and then he did it anyway and made jokes about her, you can see where the beef might have started.
Yes. So that's apparently where it all began.
Oh, that's juicy right now.
And April said, and Chris did not know about the alopecia.
None of us did. We do the dirt. I did not know she had alopecia.
Yeah.
I just thought she liked to keep it short, and she's got a beautiful, stunning face. So when you have that, you can pull off that bald look.
I mean, I work with Virginia. I didn't even know she had a terrible case of hemorrhoids. So, didn't you say you had hemorrhoids? I never knew about that.
When I was pregnant.
I didn't know about that. I worked with you. I thought we were close.
We ain't that close.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna get access to the bung.
Well, I don't want access to the bung. You like to talk. I thought I would have known.
Well, I mean, there's some things that are just really not cute.
Yeah, I hear you.
And just for perspective, said that my sister went through alopecia at a very young age in the 5th grade, lost her hair. It's a very touchy subject for the entire family. So it's something that you make fun of one of us, you make fun of all of us.
I get it. I
stands
totally
with
get
Will.
it. I mean, I can see both sides of it.
Yeah.
Chris Rock was doing his job, but so was Will Smith.
If
So
Chris
it's
Rock,
like,
if Chris Rock didn't know, he's saying he didn't know. That's all the reports coming back.
we didn't know.
Yeah.
No, she just talked about it recently, but not a lot of people sit down with that red table talk. I mean, I know some do, but it wasn't widely reported that she talked about alopecia.
So we'll see. Who knows?
I'm already over it.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking over it.
Got an email here from Richard. He said, my friends and I were hanging around the bonfire talking, and one of the discussions was, would we want our kids to follow in our footsteps? And then I started wondering about you and your kids. What do you think? Would you want them to go into the radio business or not really?
I just want them to be happy, and I think I tell them that a lot to the point where it annoys them, because not every job out there in life is going to make you happy. Gravitate towards something that makes you happy and fulfilled and like you're excited to do your job every day, and I think that's really the most important part of life.
One thing that I would say is that I don't know what the future of the radio industry is, but as far as interaction, entertainment, doing things like that, I don't know what platform it's going to be on, but I think you'll have a career on that. So you just need to morph and form to whatever you're doing. If it's TikTok videos or podcasts or YouTube shows, whatever, I think it's really kind of all the same. I mean, look, we do all that stuff. We do podcasts, YouTube show, we do TikTok. So
Spoken word's not going away.
yeah, I don't think so at all. And we do so much video now, so it's, that stuff's not going anywhere. That's not taking any kind of hit. So, yeah, if you want to do it and they were happy with it, I'd be all for it. In fact,
it just has to make them happy and fulfilled and feel like their life has joy and purpose.
That's it.
That is it.
That's it. I got an email here from Sean. Wanted to say thanks. He heard me talking about my oldest son, who is thankfully not heading into radio. That would not be a good fit for him. He's currently doing his PhD program, and Sean's going through the same thing. He said, I get it. It can be hard, but, you just got to stick it out. You are in a position where you got into the school you got into, which wasn't easy. You put in the time, and to bail on it now. And that's basically what I told him. I said, look, the young you is paying off the debt for the older you. I said, the older you is going to be very happy
that you
young
saw
you
this
went
through.
all this crap. Yeah.
Yes.
So
You really got to be forceful with making them finish what they start.
I've seen that so often in life. I think it's if you want to be a success and have a little bit of breathing room at some point in life, you're either going to grind young or grind old. And what would you rather do? Would you rather maybe give up a couple of mindless parties in your 20s, and then when you're in your 40s and middle aged, be like, oh man, I don't have to work as hard. I got some extra cash. I'm living a good life. So I guess it's just a question of, when you want to do it. To me, I'd rather grind early and coast at this time than I would the other way around.
You see the long-term benefits of finishing something like a PhD that he's doing. I mean, that's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of people are blessed with the mental capacity to even be accepted to a PhD program.
Sure.
Your son is a gifted kid, and he's got to see it through.
Well, everybody's got their gifts. Just got to figure out what yours is and go with it. So we'll see. What about you, Bird? Do you think it's better to grind early or grind late?
I think it's probably better to be consistent and try not to go. I mean,
too much at either time.
Yeah, I think if you try to save so much for the future, you don't really enjoy the now. I think the best part is trying to live in the moment and doing what you can do the best for in that moment. You obviously want to save a little bit for the future. But some people like to kind of grind a little bit. And my dad is a person that kind of gets off on grinding. Not that kind of grinding, Virginia.
Oh, yeah.
Give the juicy daddy my number.
And if you like to grind, I don't think it's an issue. Now, if you're 65 or 70 and you hate grinding, that fucking sucks. But I think it's kind of an individual thing.
Mm-hmm.
Your dad's a creative guy, too.
Yeah.
Like, he grinds, but he makes, like, his own projects, and it's stuff that it makes him happy to do.
To be creative, to grind, and to live in the now, I think that's great for everybody at any age.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys find yourselves waking up at a certain time every single night, like a specific time?
Yes.
I know, Jaber, it seems like you're in and out of sleep, so I'm not positive this applies to you or not.
But there's a certain time that I will always make. Even if I'm sleeping and there's no schedule, I always will wake up at this one certain time.
What is the certain time?
Right around 1:05 to 1:10 a.m. in the morning.
Okay, now our sleep schedule is different because of what we do, so I don't know how this applies, but they break this down using, I guess, our mental and physical attributes, and they say that there are some people that wake up at the same time, and it might be deeper than what you think. They say, for instance, if you wake up between 5 and 7 a.m., it means you have emotional blocks going on. And it's because your intestine is overreactive. And apparently a lot of the things that you have mentally in your mind start to affect you physically. And this all culminates at different times of waking up during the day. So between 5 and 7 a.m., you have emotional blocks. If you wake up between 3 and 5 a.m., they say a higher power is trying to tell you something. In traditional Chinese medicine, the lungs are responsible for moving energy through the entire body, as well as providing immune protection. And they say if you're going through a difficult time in your life and can't seem to overcome the grip it has on you, you may do well to explore the possibility of a higher power trying to speak to you. So if you wake up between 3 to 5, they believe that's what it is.
3 to 5, you said a.m.?
A.m., yeah. I think a lot of this stems within Chinese medicine beliefs. They say if you wake up between 1 and 3 a.m., you're angry, because anger is associated with the liver, and they find the liver to be most active between 1 and 3 a.m. Waking up between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m., it says you're experiencing emotional disappointment. And this is all because your gallbladder being out of sync.
Are you having emotional disappointment?
Well, it's weird because Kevin is right. I'm kind of a tough one because I sleep in such weird fucking pockets, so it's hard to pin me down.
Right.
But that's I might talk about that on Weird and Whatever. I like all that.
Yeah, it says that your gallbladder, if it's out of sync, it'll happen when you have a lack of passion, problems with decision making, or timidness. And the gallbladder apparently flares up between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. And if you're having issues with your gallbladder being out of sync, that's when you'll wake up. And they say if you have trouble even falling asleep between 9 and 10 p.m., it means you're stressed. And they recommend that you do some meditation.
Medication?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I was like, I don't know if you believe in the Chinese medicine stuff, but I had recently got a massage, and they had every part of the body. They had a little graph on the wall, and it was like through the foot. And it was almost like your penis is attached to this spot on your foot, and your elbow's here, and your nose is here. And so by touching all these different things on the foot, they were talking about trying to take remedy and heal different parts of the body. I'm like, that's crazy that your dong is attached to this part of your foot.
Sweet Denny's has been talking about this for quite a long time. Ankle health, the feet, all of that stuff, where so much, especially when you talk about Eastern medicines, so much of that is connected, especially through the feet.
Yeah, and that's the one thing I saw. I'm like, that's pretty crazy. How would you figure that out? Who the hell even figured that out? But I guess, China's been around a while, so maybe it took them some time to get all this down, and somebody just took notes and handed them off to somebody else, and maybe they all came up with it.
Denny's preaches it to me all the time. I have it in my brain. Ankle health is very important. I know you've heard him preach it. Yeah. Stretching your ankles, getting get them all nice and loosey-goosey, moving them around.
Well, there you go. Maybe that might be it. They can diagnose a lot of issues going on in your body and your life.
He talks about, too, a lot about how in the Eastern culture that showering and bathing, they do it way differently than we would do it on more of a spiritual sense.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay.
and I started to kind of practice that a little bit. It's kind of cool.
What do they do?
I think for me, I like to make sure I'm in there meditating and kind of slowing things down a bit. He can get more into the specifics of it. I'll butcher it, but it's about slowing things down a bit and kind of trying to get a little bit more peaceful and spiritual. Having it be more of an event than just, I'm just going to go and...
The Chinese slow bath with a little rub and tug.
Now you're getting me hard.
Yeah.
Kevin, you need to come over here and finish the job.
Oh, geez. No.
Rub and tug.
Not me. I am all good. And then the other thing that Sean said, it cracks me up every time you're wrapping up the podcast and you can hear the subtle reminder for Virginia to tell us about Atoll vodka. So you love that as well. So there you go. That subtle reminder.
Is that my cue?
Smooth like butter.
Basically, yes.
I love Atoll vodka. You'll love it too. We were enjoying it at Pride Fest. They are out and about, and I love their marketing. You see them everywhere now, so grab some for yourself. Atoll vodka, it's delicious.